All right. Wonderful. And if we have newcomers coming in, I'll be sure to add them as we go. Thank you all so much for joining us. Welcome, Tara. Welcome, friends and families. I want to advise our attendees that this program will be recorded and we're going to be reposting it. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special author event with author Tara Hill Starks. We're so grateful to have our North Carolina native, Tara Hill Starks, with us tonight. I'm just going to do a brief introduction for our special guest. Tara is an educational professional who has a passion for children and didactic learning. Her latest book, this one here, Grandma, I Got This. We have it at the library. You could check it out with us. Is inspired by teachings from her grandmother and the wisdom shared by her pastor as an adult. It's a beautiful book, and we're so grateful to be with the author tonight. And we're going to be watching her read the book, and it's got the full illustrations up so we could follow along. And then we'll do a brief Q&A afterwards, and you can ask questions of the author. Once we're done with the story time, you'll be able to ask Tara questions yourself. You can either raise your hand and I will unmute you so that you can ask the question, or you can actually type in your question and I will go through the process of how you can do that. Up at the top right, there is a button that has a triangle, a square, and a circle all grouped together. If you click that, it's called the Activities button. And underneath that menu that opens up, you'll see a Q&A feature, and you can click the button that says Ask a Question with the plus sign at the bottom at any time of the event, and I'll be sure to get to that Q&A portion after and read your question out loud for Tara. All righty. Tara, is there anything that you want to say or speak on about the book or anything before we get started?
No, just thank you so much for inviting me to come and share. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I know that we have been back and forth in emails, just trying to get this all together, and I have been excited along with you. So everything has been good. So.
Awesome. Yeah, we've been so excited. It's so great to be able to do these kinds of gatherings, even though they're virtual, they're different. They're still fulfilling our main objective, which is to teach early literacy and kindness and to spend this time together. So
yes, and I appreciate everyone who has LinkedIn, and I appreciate your support as well. Yeah,
awesome. I'm going to go ahead and present a tab on my screen. Tara, do you see the Grandma, I Got This?
Yes.
Perfect.
Grandma, I Got This by Tara Hill Starks. Hi, my name is JJ. I like to swim and play outside. I am happy when I go outside and play with bubbles. Most of all, I love my grandmother. I always listen to Grandma. She is very wise. Grandma says, love everybody. Grandma says, we're all the same. Grandma, I got this. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my neighbors. I love everybody. Grandma says, care for your things. Grandma says, putting time and effort into caring for your things makes you feel proud. Grandma, I got this. I pick up my toys. I make up my bed. I clean my room. I care for my things. Grandma says, share your things. Grandma says, everyone does not have the same. Grandma, I got this. I share my food. I share my books. I share my toys. I share my things. Grandma says, give to others. Grandma says, giving to others fills your heart and theirs. Grandma, I got this. I give my smile. I give my help. I give my time. I give to others. Grandma says, forgive others when they hurt you. Grandma says, say sorry when you hurt others. Grandma, I got this. I forgive my friends. I say I'm sorry. I speak kind words. I forgive others. Grandma says, be thankful. Grandma says, count your blessings. Grandma, I got this. I say please. I say thank you. I count my blessings. I am thankful. Grandma says, be honest. Grandma says, be true. Grandma, I got this. I tell the truth. I keep my promises. I admit my mistakes. I am honest. Grandma says, believe in yourself. Grandma says, do your best. Grandma, I got this. I am special. I am smart. When I do my best, I can do anything. I believe in myself. One day, Grandma says, soon I will fly away. Grandma says, remember my love for you. Grandma, I got this. I will keep you in my heart. I will cherish your love. I will practice your wisdom. I will remember you always. Grandma, I got you. Who do you love? Do you pick up your toys and clean your room? What do you share that is yours? Have you ever not been nice to someone? How do you think they felt? Did you say sorry to them? How do you show you are thankful for everything you have? Do you tell the truth all the time? Do you know you are special and that you can do anything? What can you do? Always give your grandma a big hug and lots of kisses and tell her you love her.
All right, that was so wonderful. It's
I
such
know
a
you trying to make me tear up.
oh, you're trying to make me tear up. It was so great. Oh, it's beautiful. And just another reminder, we have it at the library, and all of our libraries will have a copy of Grandma, I Got This. And the illustrations are just beautiful. And the book itself is so big and bright. It's just an incredible read, and all those supplemental questions at the end are so great.
Thank
So
you.
we'll go ahead and open it up to any Q&A questions. Does anyone have a question for Miss Tara Hill Starks? You can raise your hand at the very bottom. You can click that button, raise hand, and I will unmute you if you'd like to ask it, or you can type it into the Q&A box here. And while you're thinking of a question, we have a couple of questions of our own. So I wanted to know what inspired you to write Grandma, I Got This?
What inspired me to write this book? My grandmother, she passed away in March of 2016, and she was just an amazing person. She loved everyone. She would give her last. She was easy to forgive. She was just a special person. She was just, my grandma. We loved each other, and she loved me, and I knew that because I felt that. And she just taught me some valuable life lessons, and she taught me how to be a good person. Not a perfect person, but just a good person. And so, being good goes a long way. And she was just, so, just so special, so dear to me. And so, I thought about after her passing, I kept thinking about how could I share the memories? How could I share the memories I had of her? And so, what better way than a book, right? What better way than a book? And then, because, she left this legacy to me, then, I have a son. I have a 3-year-old son. And so I want to leave this legacy to him, writing this book. And he is the main character in the book. His name is JJ. He is that character. And so, my husband and I, we want to instill, good character lessons in him as well. And also, I'm an educator. I taught middle school for, let's say 6 years. No, actually it was 10 years, because I taught at Southeastern Randolph Middle School for 4 years. And then I taught in Guilford County for 6 years. And so I am an educator. And so, a book idea, was just cool to me, to educate kids and to, just have a book or whatever. And so I thought it would just be cool just to have a book for students. So I'm big on education, big on literacy, big on teaching children, the right things to do, as well as, their academics, and also in the communities, at this time, a lot of grandmothers are raising their grandchildren, right? And so, like I said before, grandmothers, they're just so special. They take care of you. They give you things that your parents won't give you. And they just teach you, they teach you a lot. So, I thought about, this would be a great tool for grandmothers as well.
It's wonderful. That's so great. And you're an educator, and JJ, has he seen the book that he's in?
He does. Yes, he does. And it is funny. It is so funny because, he knows the theme of the book, and he goes around saying, Grandma, I got this. Grandma, I got this, And so, if you ask him who's on the front cover, he'll say, JJ, and then he'll say, Grandma. So,
that is just sweet.
I hope shortly, he'll be reading, the whole thing, So,
Definitely getting there.
And that's JJ right there. Do you see him?
Is that JJ? Hi, JJ.
That is JJ.
JJ, you're a star.
There he is.
Hi, you're a star. That's you.
That's right. And he'll say it's me. It's JJ. Yep. So he knows.
I can't wait for a lot more JJ books too. I know this is the only JJ book that's coming, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Another question about books and book publishing. How did you get your book published? It went from being written to being illustrated and then being published. How did that work out?
Right. So once I decided to do it, it was in my psyche, it was in my mind, for a very long time. And I just kept telling my husband, I said, I think I want to write a book, and he was like, okay, go ahead and write it. And I just kept saying it, and he was like, well, when are you going to do it? So, when I finally decided to do it, and this was the beginning of last year, when I finally decided to do it, what I did is, I started research. I started researching self-publishing companies. I started researching, writing a book. I asked, some of my author friends, some suggestions and their thoughts, and asked about their experience, and then I started writing. I started journaling, and I started writing, and then finally, after researching self-publishing companies, I came across Tellwell Talents, and they're based out of Canada. And they kind of impressed me, with everything that they had to offer or whatever. So I decided to go with them. Okay, I decided to go with them. And what they do is they help you through the whole process. Okay, I have my manuscript. I submit my manuscript. They edit it, and then I have to pick an illustrator. And I pick an illustrator, and I work with the illustrator, and then we work with the cover, and then the interior design of the book, and then, you have to go through the marketing piece. You have to go through the business side, of a book, because you're now considered an entrepreneur. Okay. And they just, took me through the whole process. It was tough at times, because this was during COVID. It seemed like it took forever, to me, but yeah, it was a long process, and there were some delays due to COVID. But of November 17th, 2020, that's whenever the book was officially published. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I hope that
Yeah.
encourages some of our young authors out there. If you can hear
Yes.
that,
Yes.
it's coming up with an idea. It's so
Yep.
much more than that. It takes the
Mhm.
writing and coming up with a publisher and illustrating, and you get to fine tune all of that before you make your actual book. I know there's a lot of young kids who are really interested in creating like that. So
Yes,
it's
that's
really
awesome.
encouraging.
Yes. Yep. It's not easy. It's a lot of work, like I said, and but it's doable. It's very possible. It's a great experience to go through.
It seems so rewarding.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. At the very end, yeah. Once you see that book, and the first time that I saw my book, the company was sending me books, and I had ordered some books, and I was doing a segment, a Zoom segment with someone, and I didn't have a book, and so I was trying to make a copy of the front page, and put it on top of another book and everything. I was trying to be creative because I didn't have the book. But then my dear husband, he surprised me. He had ordered the book. He was like the first one to order the book, and he ordered the book. And when I opened it, I was like, "What is this?" And when I opened it and saw it, I was like, I about cried. I was like, "Oh, this is the book." So when you finally see, the whole project put together in that book, yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for our young listeners on creating a book for the children who someday want to be an author like yourself, an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Entrepreneur. Yes. And the advice is, you can do it. You can do it. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Okay. You can do it. And it's funny because, people now, whenever the book came out, they said, I didn't know you were a writer. I didn't know you love books. I didn't know, you, you love to write and all of that, and I'm thinking, well, I didn't know either, but I had a story to tell, and as long as you have a story to tell, and as long as you are compassionate about what you're writing about, it could be, about your fish, it can be about it could be about basketball kids, it can be about your favorite animal, it can be about space or science or your favorite subject in school. It can be about anything that you are passionate about. All right. And all you have to do is you just have to put it down on paper, and you just have to tell your story. It's your story. And don't let anybody else tell your story. It is just your story. And so that's all you have to do is just tell your story. Whatever is in your heart, just tell it. Mm-hmm.
That is great advice. That is
Yes.
excellent advice. I did have a raised hand from
Okay.
Miss Savvy. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Savvy. I think. Unless you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear
There
me?
you go.
Yes.
Hi, Savvy.
I just wanted to ask if you had any more books that you were writing or any more that were going to come out anytime soon.
My goal is I'm writing now on another book, and my goal is for it to come out at the end of the year. Yep, right before Christmas, just like Grandma, I Got This. So yes, one more is I'm working on one right now.
Well,
Yeah,
you let us know when we can get that one.
I sure will. Thank you,
Speaking of
Savvy.
thank you, Savvy. Anybody else want to ask a question of our author? I know we've got some friends in the room, but they might be shy, and that is a-okay. Is there we've got this book at the library, but is there anywhere else that you want to share, Tara, that people can see this book, get this book?
Sure. So, you can purchase the book on Amazon. You can purchase the book on Barnes and Noble's website. They're not in the stores yet. Indigo.com, and there's some other book retailers. The book is sold in the UK, which I'm glad about that. But if you go to my website, you can see the additional book retailers that are online. So again, go to my website, authortarahillstarks.com, and you will see those book retailers. And also, as you know, YouTube. She showed you, one of the videos on YouTube, but I also have two more. Okay, and one of them is me live reading the book. You saw the one that she presented earlier, and then I have one of a young boy that's reading the book. His name is Aiden Chase P, and he's 7 years old, and he's a second grader, and he volunteered to read my book. He's from Marion, South Carolina, and so I was contacted that he wanted to do that, and so I allowed him to do that. So I have 3 YouTube videos out there. So if you go to YouTube, you can put my name in, Tara Hill Starks, and they'll all pop up. And, as far as the discussion questions, you saw the discussion questions, and they are at the end of 2 of my videos, and they are also on my website. And I wanted to do those discussion questions to facilitate, conversations with children. It's good for us to talk to our children and to find out, how they feel, about certain things. And my questions, I think, were really good, in terms of correlating with the book. Who do you love? Let's talk about who do you love? Do you clean your room? Are you honest? Do you share your things? And I also added one more that wasn't on the slide, and that is, have you lost someone who you loved? Right? Have you lost someone, who you love, and how, did you feel, and did they teach you anything? Right? Just like my grandmother did. And so I added that question there. But it's just, for those questions are for teachers, in the classroom. I've had, a whole bunch of support from teachers, who have read the book, in their class, and show the video, to their students. But also, questions, for the parents that can there are questions that parents can ask, of their children, so good discussion questions there. So if you do go on YouTube, please subscribe to YouTube, okay, so I can get some credit for that. And then, check out my website, and then purchase a book for, a child, a grandparent, just anybody I think can benefit. Even adults can benefit from this book, because, it just talks about, good character, right? It just talks about good character. So
Good character.
good
Absolutely.
character.
That's
character
wonderful.
trait.
Yeah. It's great
Yep.
questions to talk about with kids. Yeah, talking is so important, and we're so happy to have you with us and to do a presentation like this.
Thank
Please,
you.
yes, like and subscribe to her YouTube. We're going to be posting the other videos that she has on her page on our Facebook to promote them as well, so you'll be able to see them there. But make sure that you're heading over to her YouTube and liking and subscribing and seeing what comes next for this wonderful North Carolina native author that we're so pleased to have with us. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we ended our story time today?
No, I just really am so grateful and so appreciative of the support, especially in Asheboro, North Carolina. Since I graduated and lived there, for so long, everybody has just been so supportive. I've been in magazines there, and um, I've given to charities there, as well. I've supported, the community efforts there. The Our Daily Bread soup kitchen, the drawers of let's see, what is it? It's I can't remember the name, Drawers of Hope Resource Center, that's in High Point. And so the greatest gift, or the greatest thing about writing this book, is that the proceeds goes to helping other organizations.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just, I'm a believer. I've supported St. Jude's Hospital, like I said, Drawers of Hope Resource Center, Our Daily Bread Soup Kitchen. Here in Myrtle Beach, we have Freedom Readers. It's the organization that helps young children learn how to read. So I've been supporting them in that way. My church community, people in the community, and soon I'll be making an appearance in High Point at the Boys and Girls Club. So just trying to help, just trying to give back, and it's just been really excited. So that's why I want people to purchase books, because it goes to a good cause. It doesn't go to me, it goes out to helping others. So that's what the purpose is. Yeah.
Excellent to know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tara. We just
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. And we will see you back here very soon, hopefully, for another story time, since this one has been just great. Thank you so much. And thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you gathering with us tonight. Thank you. And we will see you again for another author story time, another event at the Asheboro Public Library. Do like us as well on Facebook. We promote programs on there fairly often, as well as our YouTube. We're also on Instagram and most recently on TikTok.
Oh, okay. You joined TikTok. That's right. TikTok. That's good. Kids love TikTok.
Gotta keep it fresh.
That's right. And Samantha, thank you. You've been very good to work with. You communicate well, with us going back and forth with emails, and I just appreciate you. You have a great energy, and thank you so much.
Oh, so my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
everybody. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank
Bye,
y'all.
everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a great book.
Thank you.
That's sweet.
Yes.
That's so sweet. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.